Hi everyone, my name is Martin Window and the work I have done is about tobacco and the industry of tobacco. The topics I covered in this work is COVID-19, supply, demand, elasticity, market size and evolution over the time. I'm going to focus in Spain, more specifically in how tobacco is affected by all these topics and how they are developing all over the years.
The first point I'm going to talk about is the market size and evolution over the time. The market I choose is the market of tobacco. I am going to focus in Spain. I have found that the total revenues generated in the market here in Spain are very high. In units, the packets of tobacco sold in 219 were 2,242,955,171. This is the packets of tobacco sold in 219, and this the total revenue in euros is 10,201,055,980 euros. The market over the time has evolved a different way. Here we can see an Excel of the government that we can see how in 2 years the quantity of packets sold in Spain is increasing like 2 billion, and that is a very high number. Another point important to talk about is the demand. In this point, I'm going to talk about the consumers and the factors that are influencing consumer demand. The principal consumers are people between the age of 16 and 80 years old. Between the age of 16 to 50, it's more common that people smoke cigars, and when this number increase, the type of cigarettes are different. But the average in other countries like the UK, it's a lot higher. It can be 15 pounds. If we convert 15 pounds to euros, right now, today, these are 16.5 euros. That's a lot. It's three times. Other factor that influence demand is the health part of the tobacco. With tobacco, we need to be very careful. Tobacco can develop a lot of type of cancers, and it's very bad for our body and for our health. And this type of thing, it's in decreasing the demand of products that have tobacco. The government also is doing a campaign and doing a lot of campaigns over the years that they are trying to decrease the consume of tobacco. This is very important for them and for reducing the tobacco. Supply. I'm going to talk about the main firms in this sector and where they are based. They are based principal in the United States. In the United States, we have Winston, we have Marlboro that are the principal brands and the most important brands all over the world about tobacco. Here in Spain, also we have a brand that Spanish people are very loyal. This brand is Fortuna. Other point to talk about is the factors that are influencing supply, like prices, input costs, new technology, expectations. The main point, and I think the most important one, is the new technology. Like everyone knows that tobacco is bad for your body and for your health, and this develops a lot of people that try to do market and to do business with this information. Equos is a new electronic cigarette and is one of the most popular electronic cigarettes that smokers are changing. Being like they are changing the normal cigarette for this e-cigarette, and they are leaving behind the traditional cigarettes. This is supposing a very big loss for all the tobacco industry. Equos is a cigarette. is a cigarette that doesn't burn the tobacco. It only hits the tobacco, and they say that it's more healthier for your body. Also, another point important is that brands of tobacco they are interested in selling here in Spain. Why? Here in Spain, we smoke a lot more than in the United Kingdom. The principal reason about this is that we don't have so much inputs like in the UK. The UK, like I said before, a price of a pack of cigarettes is 16.50 euros. This is very expensive. A brand like Marlboro or Winston, they are not selling that much in other countries. Why? Because it's expensive and not all the people can afford to buy cigarettes. The question states that the tobacco market can be assumed as a perfectly competitive market. As a result, the market will host a huge number of sellers, and the size of each of these sellers will not be large enough so as to affect the market price. Additionally, the products sold by each of these sellers will be exactly the same. There will be no difference in the quality of the product sold. In such a market, the price of tobacco will be determined based on the consideration of the demand and supply of tobacco at the industry level and not at the firm level. In this graph, in the part of the left is the price, cost and revenue for a single firm. And in the right is the industry demand and supply. It's evident that the individual firm is a price taker and not a price maker, and the equilibrium price is essential, determined by the respective demand and supply at the industry level. It is noteworthy that the long run equilibrium is driven by an underlying price, which plays the role of an equilibrating force. This is because if in the short run the firms will make economic profit, then new firms will enter the market due to absence of entry barriers. Over a period of time, this will lead to increased supply, which will bring down price to a level where the economic profit for the individual firms become less. Another important thing about this subject is that the monopoly of tobacco in Spain belongs to the government. It's a high income of taxes and is a good support for the tax agency. In Spain, the tobacco is the fifth taxpayer with a total of 9,000 millions of euros. That means that it's very high. For the elasticity. The elasticity of the tobacco, we can say that tobacco is elastic. Price elastic of demand refers to the extent to which use a product falls or rises after increases or decreases in its price. If tobacco increases, the consumers of tobacco will decrease, and we can say that the price is inelastic. To conclude, the last point is COVID 19. I'm going to answer how COVID 19 has developed problems or has helped this sector of tobacco. Principally, problems. Why? Due to the restrictions about going outside and staying in confinement, the sales of cigarettes had go down at 26% in April of the last year. This is due to the confinement and the economic situation. Another point important about COVID 19 and how this virus affects tobacco is that if you are in the streets and you have the virus and you are smoking, you have more possibilities to pass on the virus. And this affects a lot of people that don't want to smoke in the streets. They reduce the quantity of tobacco they smoke every day. Also, another point that can be hilarious that a lot of people stay at home, and at home they don't have like the necessity to smoke all the time, and they are more relaxed about smoking.
That's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it and have a great day. Goodbye.